The year is 2018. The world is at a crossroads facing unprecedented challenges and opportunities. In the midst of this, a new wave of activism begins to surge, driven by a sense of urgency and a desire for change. The seeds of a movement are being planted, and the roots are starting to take hold. A group of young activists, fueled by a burning urgency, stage a sit-in. They are not just any group of protesters, they are passionate, informed, and determined to make their voices heard. They gather in public spaces, holding signs and chanting slogans, their faces filled with resolve and hope. Their demand? Action on climate change. They are calling for immediate and decisive measures to address the climate crisis, which they see as the defining issue of their generation. Their signs and chants echo a clear message. The time for talking is over. Now is the time for action. Among them is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a newly elected congresswoman from New York. Her presence adds a significant weight to the movement, as she brings both political clout and a deep commitment to the cause. She stands shoulder to shoulder with the activists, lending her voice in support to their demands. This act of defiance, organized by the Sunrise Movement, sends a powerful message. The Sunrise Movement, a youth-led organization, has been at the forefront of the climate action campaign, mobilizing young people across the country to demand a sustainable and just future. It ignites a national conversation. The sit-in and the broader movement it represents capture the attention of the media, politicians, and the public. Discussions about climate change, once relegated to scientific circles and environmental groups, now dominate headlines and dinner table conversations. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. The evidence is all around us: melting ice caps, raging wildfires, and flooded streets. These young activists are not just speaking out for their future, they are responding to the urgent realities of the present. It is here, it is now, and it demands our attention. The impacts of climate change are being felt in real time, affecting communities and ecosystems around the world. The activists' message is clear: we cannot afford to wait any longer. The sit-in marks a turning point. It is a moment of awakening, a call to action that resonates far beyond the immediate circle of activists. It signals a shift in the public consciousness, a recognition that the status quo is no longer acceptable. It signals the rise of a new generation of leaders. These young activists are stepping up, taking the reins and leading the charge for a better future. They are diverse, dynamic, and determined, bringing fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the forefront of the climate movement. These leaders are not content with incremental change. They understand that the challenges we face require bold, transformative action. They are pushing for radical changes in policy, economy, and society, aiming to create a world that is sustainable, equitable, and just. They are demanding bold action, a complete transformation of our systems and our economy. Their vision is ambitious, but it is also necessary. They are calling on all of us to join them in this fight, to stand up for our planet and our future. The movement has taken root, and it is growing stronger every day. The Green New Deal emerges as a beacon of hope, a transformative vision for a sustainable future. Championed by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Sunrise Movement, it is a comprehensive plan that seeks to address the intertwined crises of climate change and economic inequality. Its goal? To tackle climate change and economic inequality head-on, recognizing that these issues are deeply connected. The Green New Deal aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2050. While also creating millions of high-wage jobs and ensuring that prosperity is shared by all. The Green New Deal envisions a future powered by 100% renewable energy, harnessing the power of the sun, wind, and other sustainable sources. This transition to clean energy is not just about reducing emissions, it's about building a resilient and equitable economy. It calls for massive investments in green infrastructure, creating millions of good-paying jobs in the process. From retrofitting buildings to be energy efficient to expanding public transportation, the Green New Deal aims to transform our economy and society. It prioritizes environmental justice, ensuring that the benefits of this transition reach frontline communities, those who have been most affected by pollution and climate change. By focusing on equity, the Green New Deal seeks to uplift marginalized communities and create a fairer society. The Green New Deal faces fierce opposition from those invested in the status quo, including fossil fuel companies and political figures who deny the urgency of the climate crisis. These opponents argue that the plan is too ambitious and costly, but it sparks a national debate, shifting the Overton window and injecting a sense of urgency into the political discourse. The Green New Deal has inspired a new generation of activists and policymakers to think boldly about the future, challenging us all to envision a world where both people and the planet can thrive. Deep in California's Imperial Valley lies a potential solution and a looming challenge. This region, known for its vast agricultural fields and the shimmering Salton Sea, is now at the forefront of a technological revolution. Beneath the surface, vast deposits of lithium hold the key to a clean energy future. These deposits, formed over millions of years, are now being tapped into as the world shifts towards sustainable energy solutions. Lithium is a critical component of batteries, powering everything from electric vehicles to renewable energy storage. As the demand for electric vehicles and renewable energy sources grows, so does the need for lithium. This region, dubbed Lithium Valley, has the potential to become a hub for domestic lithium production, reducing our reliance on foreign sources and fueling the transition to a green economy. The economic benefits could be substantial, providing jobs and boosting local economies, but this promise comes with a heavy price. The extraction process is not without its challenges and risks. Lithium extraction is a water-intensive process, putting a strain on an already water-stressed region. The Imperial Valley, which relies heavily on its limited water resources for agriculture, faces a significant challenge in balancing these needs. The environmental impacts of mining are a major concern. The process can lead to land degradation, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. These environmental costs must be carefully weighed against the benefits of lithium production, as are the potential consequences for local communities. Residents in the area are concerned about the long-term impacts on their health, livelihoods, and environment. The promise of economic growth must be balanced with the need to protect the well-being of these communities. Innovations in sustainable mining practices are being explored to mitigate these impacts. Researchers and engineers are developing new technologies to reduce water usage, minimize environmental damage, and ensure that lithium extraction can be done responsibly. Policymakers and community leaders are also playing a crucial role in shaping the future of Lithium Valley. Through collaboration and careful planning, it is possible to harness the benefits of lithium production while safeguarding the environment and local communities. The journey ahead is fraught with both promise and peril. The choices made today will determine whether Lithium Valley becomes a beacon of sustainable progress or a cautionary tale of environmental neglect. The stakes are high, but so too is the potential for a brighter, greener future. The history of resource extraction is rife with cautionary tales. Too often, the promise of jobs and economic development has come at the expense of local communities and the environment. The people of Imperial Valley carry the weight of this history. They have seen firsthand the devastating impacts of unsustainable practices. The residents of Lithium Valley are not opposed to progress, but they are demanding a different path, one that prioritizes their well-being and the health of their environment. They are demanding a just transition. Section 5. The imperative of a just transition. A just transition is not just about mitigating the negative impacts of extraction. It is about ensuring that the benefits of this new economy are shared equitably. It is about creating good-paying union jobs, investing in community infrastructure, and providing access to affordable housing and health care. A just transition requires a fundamental shift in power. It requires listening to the voices of those most impacted by climate change and the transition to a clean energy economy. It requires centering the needs of frontline communities in all decision-making processes. Section 7. Building a sustainable future. The challenges we face are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. The solutions exist. What we need is the political will to implement them. We need to move beyond the false dichotomy of jobs versus the environment. We need to recognize that a healthy planet is a prerequisite for a thriving economy. We need to invest in renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable transportation. We need to create green jobs, rebuild our infrastructure, and invest in frontline communities. We need to transition to a circular economy that eliminates waste and pollution. Section 8. The power of collective action. The fight for a just and sustainable future is not a spectator sport. It requires all of us to get involved. We need to join movements, contact our elected officials, and hold them accountable. We need to support businesses that are committed to sustainability and divest from those that are not. we need to recognize that we are all interconnected. The struggles of communities like Imperial Valley are our struggles. The fight for climate justice is a fight for social justice, for economic justice, for racial justice. Section 9. A time for courage, a time for hope. This is a time for courage, a time for hope, a time for action. The challenges we face are real, but so are the solutions. We have the technology, the resources, and the ingenuity to create a just and sustainable future for all. What we need now is the courage to act, the hope to believe that change is possible, and the commitment to make it happen. The future is ours to create. Let us build it together.